And good evening. My name is DiCarlo Sweeting, and my co host and legal advisor is
George Missick.
Mr. Missick. How are you today?
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's
Uh
Tuesday, right? We're on
huh.
schedule, right? It is Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this week can go a little fast for me. I don't know. School
Right.
getting ready to close. Thanks. Just speeding up now. So, boy,
Uh, Boy, you gotta slow some of them things down. It's in the
boy
time to speed up now.
you ain't got no control of that right now, son. You just got a million and one things that going on now.
Like them basketball games, like you say, play your pace. Don't let nothing speed you up. No,
That's right.
listen.
I just did graduation. I really have happy graduation. My daughter, she graduated from primary school. So that had me going for a little while. Then my niece and it's a bunch of graduation. Eh? We got a bunch of girls in our family now. So
Mhm.
that's had another graduation. My goddaughter, she was graduating today. Hi, Peyton and Celia. And my cousin just sent me another set of invitation that his three daughters, one graduating from two graduating from primary, and the next one from preschool. Two from preschool and one from primary. So it's a lot going on. A lot.
You're busy. You're busy.
Yeah. But anyway, let's find out what's going on in the news. Now, I like to start off the show with good news. And I know we've been away for a little while, but I want to say congratulations to Malik Bow. She's a Grand Bahamian who won the Miss Bahamas Beauty Pageant. She is now Miss Bahamas, Miss Universe Bahamas. So congratulations to Malik Bow. We also had the second runner up was also from Grand Mama. So Grand Mama doing big things. So and I know some of them now, some people ain't like that, but that's their business. So I ain't worrying about that. I know we ain't no pageant people. We ain't gonna have much to talk or say long with that. But it is nice to know that Grand Bahama is doing good things with the pageant thing because I think we are just like basketball in the Bahamas. We are the predominant set of people who do pageants very well. We had a lot of Miss Universe, Bahamas Universe, who came from, well, I would say a lot, a few that I know that came from from Grand Bahama, and I feel it was something that we needed to mention and something that we got to encourage these girls now to be more softer. I used to like the little pageants and things they used to have back in the day. Remember in school they used to have Miss Hawksbill, Miss this. Every school
Yep,
used to
yep,
have their little
yep.
something. I don't know what happened now, man. You hear about it once in a while, one pageant here and there, but ain't nobody really going out there to say let's start making some young ladies, the beautiful girls. Them you ain't gotta have all these tattoo and these this and that. No, let's make them feel pretty again. Let's make the girls them feel pretty and nice and something that they should always feel. A woman should always feel pretty and secure and feel loved. And I think pageants do a great deal in educating them, teaching them poise. It just to me it just looks nice. I like to see the pageants. I like to see the women in these things, especially the young set. The young set as they grow up into it, from Little Miss this and Little Miss Preschool and Little Miss all of that. I
Yeah,
just love
yeah.
it. What say ye?
I yeah, I know. I'm used to hearing for a lot of years a lot of negativity, not surrounding the pageant, well, surrounding some of the politics. There seemed to have been a lot of politics sometime around the pageantry, or sometime poorly managed, or things, gifts. I think that there should be some, set prices, real incentives for people to go into it. Because what I
Yep.
hate nothing more than any competition or something you win and then you sit down like, yeah, what exactly did they win, right? Uh, you, I think you have to make it. It's almost like in the Olympics. You see some of those countries, some athletes win, they get a house, they're like rock stars, and then some people, they get a keychain or something, right? So there's no
Yep.
incentive for some people for winning. So again, with all, and I think things like this, we are a pageant people. Everybody likes a good pageant from time. Even males, as a male growing up in the house with sisters and my father, all us used to watch Miss America, Miss
Yep.
Universe, and all Miss Bahamas and stuff. So I think there's a history of that, but I think you have to keep the excitement. One time ago, I think they give like scholarships, things like a scholarship, or you may not get the car, but one good cash prize, especially nowadays you have all these number houses and stuff. People just like giving like printing money, right?
Yep.
So there's no way you can negotiate marketing to get it done on a professional scale, like top notch. Because what the next thing I saw, we always get exposed, seem to get exposed when you do watch the Miss Universe, right? And you sit down and you hear some of these girls, they speak 10 different languages, they know karate and go for
Yep.
so again, we need to teach people that again, the pageants nowadays aren't just about a pretty face. It isn't just about, okay, who you're the pretty girl in the corner, you look good, walk. It used to be all about the walk. But now it's like what type of human being you are, what type of, you have to be giving back. You need to be helping the needy. You have to have this platform
Yep.
and to make even Miss Universe meaningful. So I think we benefit. And the same thing I talk about with because I'm here in Turks and Caicos, and I think the last pageant, they hadn't had pageants for a long time, right? And I
Mhm.
think they had this young lady came and take it over who had won like at an international level. She's from another country. She came in and you could see it automatically the difference, like how she elevates, she put things on a whole different. So I'm also a big proponent again for if we don't have all the experience, particularly the international, because winning Miss Bahamas is just one thing. The goal, that ain't the goal, right? It's like getting to the
Right.
NBA final. You want to win the championship. So
Exactly.
we need to raise that bar again. Got to get some of these people who've been there, who created, have a resume of creating, some world champions, because that's the standard we want. We will not win it all. We getting greedy, and I think if we do that, and we have all the natural beauty in the Bahamas for pageants, like to remember. I think we hosted something one time ago, so I think
Oh
it's a
yeah.
perfect place. It fits in with us. And like you said, it's something, this world is going crazy to have women who are still feminine despite femininity. I think we all coming back full circle to this.
Yep.
Even in the dating world, like you say, man, a man don't want to marry a partner. You don't want to marry another dude, right? Don't come tell me how hard you go work and your man looking for that feminine energy. Who mad, stay mad. But you when you get married, when we start talking about marriage, there's a concept of a wife that most men look for. All right, and if you don't have that, by all means, stay single. Live your best life. But when you start talking about wife, there is that adaptability and becoming that homemaker and that feminine. When the man, some of those traditional things, we try to stray away from it, but it's not working that well.
I remember and think um when we used to watch Miss Universe and the very good part but Miss Universe, the only time we used to catch Miss Bahamas was at the beginning of Miss
Yeah,
Bahamas. When they calling off everybody and they calling off their name and you be sitting down there just waiting. And the good part about being Miss Bahamas is you and the bees, so you gonna be there early. Now the bad part is if you get there late, you gonna miss her. So now you can say, "Oh Lord," but that used to be the good part about watching Miss Universe, seeing Miss Bahamas there. Mind you, you ain't gonna see her no more, but that's okay.
no, no,
You see her
no.
there,
When they,
beginning.
when they, well, now you see them a little bit more because they got the little reality stuff. They show them when they shopping and playing in the park, and they give it personality. So you get to meet like American Idol. You ever watch American Idol? Um, how they turn that from a singing show into okay, you gotta have, but all kind of like a Tyler Perry movie. You gotta have kidney problems. You gotta have this. Treat. You have to have some sad, stoppy
Yeah,
story to go.
they sell a sad story. Oh, I was once a woman. with four legs, but now look at me now. I'm the current Miss blah
Yeah,
blah blah, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
well,
And there was something we need to stamp up. There was a whole other show, but I think last Miss Universe pageant or something, there was some controversy about some transgenders or something, and they're like, we ain't trying to see that either. No, again, um, I don't agree much with Trump on some things, but we have to keep those lines clearly drawn between male and female. Whoever want to create a new category, by all means, go ahead, but don't try to confuse
I
the
I
female.
agree.
Yeah,
So that is just lovely to hear, and I wish her luck in the Miss Universe pageant. I'm sure she's gonna do well. And she could bring back. Boy, that'd be something if we get a Miss Bahamas Miss Universe. Eh? Good Lord of mercy.
you going
Boy.
from top 10 or place like let's you going straight to Miss Universe
I want,
like
George, if you can dream, dream big. I don't want first runner up. I don't want second runner. I want her to win the whole thing. Let's go for the whole hog. You was trying to get bits and pieces of it. No, 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 no. I didn't
but
see you being there, qualify and do all
brother,
these other stuff. Nuh-uh.
that goes back to what I said, right? You can't realistically we can't do it because we don't meet the criteria. That's like, it's like, okay, they have their what you call it, their voting skills. There have been a competition that you can't win, right? Like you you get 10 points for being 6 foot or 5 foot 7, 8. Most Bahamian girls we were 5'5", right on a good day, right? Like so, all the metrics again, you have to understand the metrics and like I said, where your soppy story is, where your 10 line. You gotta go learn some language. You have to learn how the winners winning, because again, we know it's not just by being pretty. We know it's not just by speaking eloquently. We have those things. There's some of those things we check off really well with. But in terms of it's like that average in school. You ace in every subject and you bad at PE or something, you get an F. That brings you can't win no more, right? So
But what we need to do is have a beauty pageant camp where we select a few beautiful young girls from a young age, 12, 13, maybe even younger. Start grooming them from there. They mommy and daddy gotta be 6 foot. So you ain't gotta worry about that height thing.
yep,
Keep them, groom them, put them in that position to be our Miss Universe. But
yeah.
eh, we don't take these things that serious. We just
You don't take one thing seriously. That's like our track and our sport. We get up and we run. We
yeah,
we
yeah,
have these natural talents and things that it only can take you so far, especially where the world is now
yep,
with AI and perfection. Like you, I had a friend. He has an 8-year-old son in the UK, and this boy just signed with like one of the major teams. Let's say it's OKC or Lakers, right? He already
yeah.
signed a contract with this team. They provide free gear until they can work with him from age straight up. Every afternoon they training. They got weekend games away. They pay for everything. A parent to chaperone them, and so you almost have to, like you say, sell out from an early age if you want to
Yep.
be these world class athletes or world class anything right now. You have to start from the womb. Like
Yep.
you can't just pick this up 15, 16. Oh, let me start. I come out of school. What to do? Let me go try. Let me put the application, go in the pageant, and expect to win. No, it's not realistic.
So, well, let's wish you luck. Um, Miss Boo, hope you do well when you get to Miss Universe. Bring home the crown. That's all I can say. Bring home the crown. Let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back. And we're back. George, I want to do this thing. This is a sensitive topic for me, and let me show the video. the French president coming off the plane. And I know this is probably old news, but this was disturbing to me. But I want the people to see this and see what they think of this. Like I was just telling you, you have your little spats and your little discussions and little arguments, disagreements. But when you, the president and the prime minister, and there's certain things, we should always know the camera is always there, especially these people in the public line. Camera is always there. When you think a camera in there, a camera is there. I don't know what he do. I know he do something. All I could see is her hand in his face and his head getting back. And I love how they do that, and that's why I can't be in politics because I know if you do that to me, I'll be walking off that plane smiling, key, and everything. I can tell them close the door. We ain't going there no more. Let's go home. We got to deal with this home. I can't deal with it. But they came off the plane nice and lovely, and everything was good, and smiling, and what? This how y'all is fight. This how y'all like. You know, we got to argue for a couple of days. I need at least a couple of hours. My God, I got to be mad for a couple of hours at least. How they walking off that thing just like that? No problem. And the question I would like to ask is, if she was president or prime minister and that happened to her, would this be just frowned upon like this? How this would have turned out?
Nope. Well, you know the answer to that one. But yeah, I'm the president first and foremost. Like me, I always like to say I could argue with you behind closed doors. We could do, we could have these discussions. You could get a little loud, whatever. But me and public embarrassment don't go far. So I I'm not that may not work out for you like how you think. Like I
But
tell you, I'm going to
the
do that
president
right
not
there.
just you can't react. You can't bring that hawk spell out in you. You can't do
Well,
that.
there's different ways to react. I mean, you have to. Okay, you will never see that with Melania Trump doing that to Donald Trump. We know that, right?
Right? Of course,
And
Melania got to be there. I think Melania can be there. So,
well, again, yeah, exactly. You already know she acting a little funny, whatever, right? Let her stay home. Tell your boys, hold her down, hold her there, keep her there, take her shopping. Like this ain't a good day to go out.
yep.
And whoever opened the door when this little discussion was going on, I mean, it's a little love talk. Maybe that was a little kinky play because some people into hitting and stuff like that, right? Like so, we
Yeah,
don't
we save that for the
we,
bedroom. Yeah, we ain't do it on the plane.
we don't we don't
People
know
that
the whole story, but as I said, I think it's the French president who was rumored. Candace Owens. I think it's was very had a very public thing by calling this woman a man, saying she's a
oh
man.
boy.
And I think there had been some sort of substantiation to or previously. Um, the artist formerly known as a man. I think she may have crossed over allegedly.
Allegedly.
But
We're gonna
that's
use
what the way
that
it
word.
shows. So
We're gonna use that for now. Allegedly.
so maybe it wasn't, what all it appears to be. It would make more sense. But hey, that's I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
We need to confirm these alleged stuff. But yeah, no, that should never happen in any circumstance. It shouldn't happen on TV with any public figures in particular. The man is the president of the country.
Yep.
Now, you have to show strength pretty much at all time, unless when you not don't want to show when you show on a softer side because these people have armies. They commanding troops commanding, world leaders respect, other countries respect. If you can't control your house,
Oh
oh,
gee.
I,
Boy,
I,
you talk with your body.
I don't,
Yeah.
yeah,
What they do is
yeah,
run around your house.
yeah. You almost need to go to election, call a general election. I would probably raise a vote of no confidence in you
Oh
once
yeah.
you get
Yeah.
back around.
If your
So
wife is doing you like this, Lord,
yeah. That's the time more than ever for other world leaders to be tough because you got to go at a meeting with Donald Trump. You want to
yeah,
be a soldier going in there, right? And
mhm.
you know Trump will call you out and laugh at you. Yeah,
Trump
that's the
see that
wrongest person.
over for you. It's over.
Yeah, so yeah, he have to sit small now when he go inside meetings. He have to
Yeah,
shrink.
but you got to say that little children chair.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know, but they need to get the PR spin person on it. I always say I think Kobe Bryant had the best PR cleanup campaign I ever saw. Whatever team that it was he had, yeah, the Kobe team was nice. They buried that into the sea of forgetfulness.
What are something
So
like it never happened, boy.
boy, that's that's what that's what good money could do and a good team
But
around you could do. But they need to do some PR with that. You can't just let that sit there. I mean, people won't forget that. Definitely, your opponent's not gonna. I wouldn't forget it if I'm the opposition.
okay, let's pivot here for a second. The F and M was sitting down and they start looking at this deal, the Alukaya deal, and they're getting very animate now about, hey, what's the details in this deal we're going on? And the prime minister keep deflecting. He keep anytime you ask him any question about the details of this deal, he keep running on. Oh well, the deal is done. Why you can't just be happy that the deal is done? We ain't gonna worry and stress ourselves over the details. All kind of little foolishness. Yeah, hold on now. I get a little annoyed when you do little things like that. I ask you a question and you trying to belittle me, man. What you talking about, man? What you like when somebody owe you money, right? You come to them,
Yeah,
hey George, where that $20? Boy, you running me down for $20? $20? That's how you can, or but things bad with you, boy. I say, hold on. That $20 was a lot when you come to me for it.
yeah.
Don't try that. So, what you think? But Brave deflected.
Uh, uh, what else? Well, I think it's expected. We had
What?
we had a whole we had a whole show where we talk about the bona fides and the timing of all of this. And, this is an election year. This thing come up and this pump and pageantry out of nowhere. This Hail Mary pass came to them, and the bright lights. I remember Ingram used to say, "Show me, don't show me the pictures. He wants to show me the money." Right? So, um, yeah. What else do you do, especially when you're trying to buy time? You almost have to do it. That's the politician. Brave been doing that throughout it with, and Brave does that on a good days. So so imagine now when you don't want to deal with the problem, like you said, you call them out, you throw it back, reverse psychology. Why y'all can't just be happy for grandmama, blah blah blah. You make noise, you divert attention elsewhere, and you hopefully try to ride into election quickly while you have this momentum before the bottoms fall out. There's probably a lot of deliverables that need to be delivered that they may not have. The government may have no intention of delivering on, but we need to let this ride because right now, what do people say? Uh, Nobody knows what it means. No, we know, but it's provocative. It gets to people, right? So this is some very provocative stuff. People are excited. God members are excited about jobs and different things. So yeah, and to avoid answering the questions, kick the can, kick the ball down the road, and we'll deal with that at another time. Not quite now, but for now, y'all sour grapes, y'all didn't show up. We don't know what you just do. Uh,
And that's another thing. He running on with all kind of other foolishness that don't add up to a hill of beans. I trying to stay focused here now. Y'all start this thing with one cat machine trying to knock down the building. The building's still there. I know that's a scary sign to me. To just the beginning of things, but I need to know that hey, the things that you promise can come true. Grandmama done been in this situation too long now. I'm sorry. You can't build us up like this. You can't do all this pomp and pageantry and then say or hope we forget, because that's what it looks like it's gonna happen. Because when you ain't see no weight going on, that mean ain't nothing happening. And if you done say day one you gonna be knocking down buildings and things like that, and I ain't see no building knocking down, I ain't nobody getting hired to go knock down no building. We have a problem. We have a very big problem, and ducking this ain't gonna help. They just do out one new budget and say next year, and this and brave them, oh brave them, they all are scared. Say next year they can have a surplus. I say what? What country you know is have surplus on it? What? Hold on,
Only
hold on,
Bahamas.
hold on. Y'all spending, you mean all the money y'all spending, y'all gonna have more money leave over than what y'all spent? No. I need to see that. I need to see that P&L sheet. Because ain't no way you could sit down and budget out, especially us who in hurricane, who in this hurricane belt. You could
Mm.
budget out. How much you got budget out for hurricanes just in case it happened? It's no way you can set a budget. Then you look at that and okay, I can receive. And how you know you can get this money? You can receive this money, and it can be more than what you spent. Boy,
Mm.
George, I ain't got no budget like the Bahamas, and I didn't know sometimes. I can't do
Yeah.
that because I don't know what can happen. The Haley can come, oh, daddy, my shoes too small. So I didn't know that money I got to go spend. I wasn't expecting to spend. So
Mm.
I know, but damn, in this budget, boy, brave them, boy, but
It's
they said that
kind
for
of like
next.
yeah. It'll not be election probably by then. So we, like you say, that kick that down. That's some that you don't have to deal with that now. If you win again, deal with it in the next new administration. But right now, you're trying to buy time. You leveraging. You have to say all good things. People. I never understand it, but why the casino and stuff make so much money? Why do all these Ponzi schemes always get so much? Because people like they like they know they're getting swing, but that 1% chance, and boy, this might be my lick. You can't. A lot of people can't.
What? You got a 10% chance of winning, and you can ride and put everything on that 10% instead of that
Boy,
90.
boy, trust me, people like that hope. So they know there's a fanciful pie in this guy, but boy, it's supposed it's true. Yeah.
Suppose the truth?
Well, you remember in the Bahamas when we had the thing where they said this dude paying off everybody mortgage
Oh
and
yeah,
everything, bring your
I can
paper down
remember
to the
by Scorpios, the old Scorpios. I can remember that
yeah.
line long. People got their bills in their hand, envelopes. Okay, come on now,
God
come
is good.
on, man. Why we like that?
We fall back.
You ain't want to pay your own bills. You think somebody coming to pay your bills? Come
You
on,
just
man.
get this money, and that's what you gonna do with it. Bring all your bills. Let me pay it off. No, no.
Well, you
But
hear about that last part of the scheme where they had here, what the people name? I can't remember the people name. Oh Lord.
that's ridiculous of me. He got so much different foolish.
Everybody gets swinging that one.
Yeah. It's for even crypto and all these things. My thing is sh- my principle. If I don't understand it fully, one, I don't understand. I understand. I get it. Like you said, I give this money to my teller. My money go missing. I come and look for you,
Yep.
or Scotia, right? But these people, they token and wallets, and I don't
Uh-uh.
know where it's going. Too much people. Yeah, because some people always have to win to make it look good, right? You have to have these examples to show. But nobody talk about how much people lost all their money and fortune these things. Right? You wake up one day, it's just gone. Your money just gone. Like, what do you mean it's gone? It's gone. Like, you had a
Yeah.
bad night. Like that crap the other day with Trump, like in a second, Wall Street crash, Yeah. So uh,
I know about all these chances and things like that, but back to Brave. I need the details, man. I like that for them. I need the details. I need to know what's going on. I need to know how my future can be set up in Grand Bahama.
no one
Talk to
getting it.
talk to me. Don't
No
lie to
one
me.
getting it.
2-1. He get next year. Next year, election's supposed to be September. I don't think that can reach September. I think he can try do up some stuff quick, would make the people think things going on. round, let's say April, May. Do one quick thing up because we can talk later about how they trying to be slick again. Boy, brave, you slick with that Labor Day thing. But I think election can be a little early.
Yeah, man.
I don't think it can reach September. But like I say, we can talk about that a little later. So let's take a break and we can be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF underscore Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
And we're back. NBA playoffs. We are now in the championship round, my brother. We have the OKC Thunder against the Indiana Pacers.
That's Kevin
Uh,
Durant
it-
there.
nope. And it's tied up 1-1. We have made, and we can make this public now. We can talk with this off air. We can talk with this on air now. You
Okay.
are going with the OKC Thunder. I am backing the Indiana Pacers. I like their heart. I like their defense. I like them. OKC is favored by a lot. I like going with the underdogs. I don't care. OKC got to do what they got to do. And I don't know if OKC could do what they got to do. Although there's a better team, once Halliburton get himself together, I think they could win. So I say Indiana and 7. What say ye?
Yeah, that's why you're trying to make the show to provide contrast. So just
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
actually believe that? Okay, all right, okay. So game one was a fluke. Like I think
Oh,
now
come on. How is
game
game one
one,
fluke?
OKC was supposed to be up 2-0, but they was already celebrating. They said, "This light work. Let's mess around. Let's do some foolishness, right?" But
George,
uh,
I know you watch Indiana play every round, and every round is the same thing that they do. They come from behind and they
yes,
win. And
but
they
that's
did
when
the
someone
same thing with They did the same thing with OKC. So how this could be a fluke?
the fluke is the teams get lulled into this when you underestimate your opponent. But see, OKC isn't the next blowout game, and they couldn't afford because they're not that talented. They didn't have the personnel. That's a game they couldn't afford to do that. OKC could mess around for a game or two. OKC could give them 2 games, but you already see when OKC set down the Hawksbill defense. Ain't no answer to Shea. Halliburton nice, but ain't no Shea Gildress. That's why I wanted the MVP one, right? Um, Halliburton will give you 130, 25. When he get his triple double, as them Jason Kidd triple. And then one night he'll come give you 5, 6 points. Then that can't get it done. Not on the big stage. Them the last second bong shot. One thing with luck is run out. Right? At this deep in the playoffs, you will not luck yourself into a championship. They've overperformed, they've overachieved. Now it's time for reality. They're dealing with a different beast. OKC needed that embarrassment. Them fellas was embarrassed. That's why he's in game two. They're like, oh well, we better than y'all. We know we better than y'all. And if we play for 48 minutes or 45 or 42, we could win, right? But what we can do is mess around, let you all go on these feel good. These balls take the last second shot. And so OKC does have the potential to blow them out, to not even get into those close games. And I think you will see most of the games they win by will not be 1, 2, 3 points because Indiana is not that close in talent to them. Indiana was good for the East. They good talented, right? They managed to get out of there. They will do. They have a bright future in the East. They will always have problems when it comes to the West when reality coming because again, Indiana didn't have any competition in the East this year like that. Cleveland was the only they didn't even play. Who beat Cleveland? Was it Indy?
I think it's New York.
I believe so too. Someone embarrassed them, or maybe Indy. I think it was Indy.
Well, Cleveland was the number one seed. If they beat
Yeah,
the number one seed, come on, man, George, man,
yeah.
you can't
But
brush the fellas them off as
no,
if
but they were the number one seed in the East. And if you watch Cleveland play, they just came undone. They just played very and that was OKC last year. Remember OKC was expect they had a really good season, but they were just very young and inexperienced, and they wasn't ready for prime time. They came back with a recent but I mean I like it. I like both teams because like you said, there's some breakout surprise players, but I think OKC is just a little bit more disciplined. Like you said, they're more San Antonio-ish. They don't get too high and too low. They all got the same type of demand. But Shea, and that's what I like with both teams because Harold Burton is a good leader as well. You can see definitely, but I think he's still a little bit more, a little less mature. He's still a little giddy, right? Not not in a bad way. He has a little bit more maturing to do. Like I think in terms of the killer instinct, I want to be a champ. I don't know if we're ready to be a champion yet. They're here, but I think Shay Mine right now, he is more. I watched him when they were talking with Ant Man because you remember they keep putting him and Ant together and like he just cool calm and like I think I'm the best player. Right? He's quietly arrogant. He knows right that he's stepping up to the plate, but he's not like right. And I think he just is more grounded. I think his skills are very fundamental. He can get a shot at any time. He gets to the free throw line a lot, and they're not really gonna panic. Like that first game one, like I said, I think that was a good wake up call. That's gonna set the tone. I see the series ending in six. OKC, I'll give Indiana another one of those. Probably, OKC get a little happy. They'll win the next one at home. They're not gonna win again in OKC, but when they go back to Indiana, they might steal game. That'll probably be what game five, I think.
they don't have to win in OKC anymore, right?
Huh?
You realize they don't have to win in OKC anymore, right?
No, well, they will have to win after OKC go and beat them inside Indy. They just go into Indiana. OKC will go there and they'll take one, at least one of those back from them, and then that's it. They might take two. They
I
might take
like,
two.
and I watch Shea SGA. I watch him. He's the king of mid range jump shots. If you watch
Mm-hmm.
him, he don't really settle for the
Three
3 point
point like that,
shot. He don't
right?
get caught up into that. He do he 1-2 dribble at the 3 point line, make 3-4 steps inside the paint, shoot his jumper.
Yeah.
I love that because I'm tired
Old
watching these
school,
three
old
pointers
school
get
basketball. Yeah.
exactly, and he's killing them with that, and it's so refreshing to see, and I love him for that. Now,
And he plays the good defense. He's a very
yeah,
good.
yeah,
He led
yeah.
the league in steals. Yeah, yeah.
Whole
Yes.
the whole team is so suffocating, and then they got those monsters and them big 7 footers in there.
All grown them and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They have problems.
and I guess and I sat down and tried to figure out how in God's name earth Indiana can beat these fellas. And I watched game one, and me and you was back and forth, WhatsApping
Yeah,
one another, and I was telling you, Siakam is the key.
yeah.
Siakam, they don't have nobody to hold Siakam if Siakam plays a post game. What OKC loves to do is when you coming down dribbling that ball, they got one fella on you, one of them braid head fellas, and when I say they on you, buddy, they on you. And the minute you make a turn, the next one of them braid
Oh
head
God.
fellas or
Oh,
Caruso, one of them right there, ball gone. So the hardest part is bringing up the ball. Once you bring up that ball, put Siakam in the post and let him go to work. Move
you
them
remember the
boys.
Denver series? You remember the Denver series where they had Caruso on Jokic?
Yeah,
Like everybody was laughing, but the man was effective. Like he actually was bothering.
he was a nuisance then. He was a nuisance.
Yeah.
But how Siakam can play Siakam is much quicker than Jokic. So therefore, He got a better little mid-range jumper. Only about 6'8", 6'9". So him catching the ball, turning around, dumping it over, and that's what a lot of them would cause them to win that game on to come back on game one.
Yeah.
They got all the thing up. The championships, these playoffs is all about adjustments.
Yeah.
All about
Yeah,
adjustments.
I think it's gonna be about the others. Like I just think, like you said, what's his name is good. Halliburton is good, but I don't think they have a Shea. I think the couple of them tall boys can neutralize Siakam, and the others, OKC are slightly better than they are, more consistent. J Dub and them, you can match what the Neesmith and them. Like Neesmith run out in their game one with them five. Like who does do this, right? But yeah, no game like that. They solid, but you need some extraordinary nights, like some real. I don't think they have that next star or someone who could really.
I think they don't have a next star. They have a group of fellas that any one of that group, just like how you see Neesmith hit those, 6 3-pointers, 5 3-pointers? Any one of them could go off and do that at any time throughout this championship. So where it coming from, you don't know. But
They're
once
gonna
it
need it.
comes, they can have to have it because
I think what's his
OKC
name?
OKC
What's
can
his
try and
name?
shut down Halliburton as best as they could. And once they think they got Halliburton shut down, somebody else got to step up. So that got
I
to be
think
someone off that bench.
what's his name should be a factor as well. But I think he remind me of who oh Lord. I talking about Turner, right?
Yeah.
I Turner got more talent than Hart, I think. I don't think he has the talent. Sorry, he has the skill, he has the body and everything, but I just don't think his mind is being every game. Mentally, he did enough every game to pull that off. If he could have become what he is or capable of being, I would have
Yep.
added another dimension to them. But I don't think he's reliable enough. He looked like he just he have bouts of brilliance, but I don't think he's ready to take that on to where he need to be.
My
And
problem
so.
with Indiana is Siakam and Turner has to be effective. One of them has to be effective at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them can't take the night off. You can't have it. Someone got to have a big night.
Yeah,
And once they got that big night, everything
yeah.
has to follow suit.
Because you see what OKC strategy was from game one, which is kill Halliburton. That's your all floor general, right? Let's neutralize, let the rest of y'all beat us. And that's why you say Halliburton, Thingham, and for good point, that was working pretty well because, like you said, they kept them neutralized. And I think that is the strategy to stick with because they just feed off of him. He controls when he 215 or more assists and he running wild on you. He's a problem. He's a quiet. If you forget about him, he can be a real problem for you. And so
Yep.
they have to stay home with them, trust everybody else to shut them other fellas. Allow them because now I think also they're getting used to Halliburton bailing them out. So that'll be next.
But he
Who to
looked for
take
the
the big
door.
shot?
He won that smoke. He ain't scared of.
Yeah. No. That's why you slap him around like God used to do Jordan back in the day. Right? Ain't your time yet, buddy.
Anyway, so there's a game tonight. Should be a game coming on right now. So
No, I think game tomorrow. Ain't no
tomorrow?
game tonight. Yeah,
When was
ain't
the
no
last
game.
game? Sunday, right?
I think so. I ain't seen nothing on top for tonight.
I must have missed that. I can swear I saw something, but
No, game tomorrow night on the 11th.
okay. So we'll see tomorrow how that goes, and by next week, hopefully, we should have the Indiana Pacers as our new NBA 2024-25 champion.
Indiana Fever or something. Maybe that's Caitlin Clark team. What? You can see it. Boy, you took a dog for this.
Anyway, let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Huh? Go ahead.
We have to talk about Kevin Durant future. If OKC Shadows win this championship, what that mean for him and Westbrook there? Because who left the small market team? Say it couldn't be done.
Now, Could the, was that Kevin Durant them fault or was that management fault? Because when Harden was there, Harden asked for a couple extra dollars. They could have kept the team together, give Harden the money, and keep the team together and make another run at it. I hate teams that win championships or were close to winning championships and break up the whole thing and say,
Yeah.
well, we tried or we won and that's it. And you're happy and you're satisfied with that. I think
Well,
if they kept
the short answer is I don't think they was going to even win then. I think the short answer is they had a LeBron in his prime, and they had Golden State creating that juggernaut. That super, Golden State was a problem. That dynasty. It's just a matter of time, and they was in a bad time. Like if you look at this year, like the fact that we talking about Indiana and OKC, it wasn't no real strong. You know, had no superpowers to worry about. So there's a good year to sneak in a championship for any team. That's gonna be in one of the 4 or 5 teams could win this year. How does you see the next almost made it to the championship? Like, yeah, God, you know. so I think OKC had some formidable. Was at the strength of they had Boston, they had the OKC. They had some really good competition back then. And Kevin Durant just saw. He look at that and say, I, I can't do it.
with Kevin Durant, his best bet was to stay in Golden State and call it a day.
Yeah, no. I mean, that was for it was yes and no. It wasn't gonna add anything to him again because he knew again if you ever was gonna get into competition with anybody, that you go on to Steph's team, LeBron had his team, Kevin Durant still yet to show that he could be the man and lead a team to a championship.
Yeah,
All the great day players have done that. So right now you was Scottie Pippen or you was a sidekick. That's you.
yeah,
Forget the MVP is what you won. You went to that was demanding when you go on there. So I don't
yeah.
care, right? You was open. You had mismatches, or because of staff and everyone else, so you was able
That's,
to. But when you get a chance, and you got a good talent, But when you were called on to be the man, eh, you couldn't do that. And
yeah.
so I ain't giving it a pass with that.
He can't get no more. That's it for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. My name is Yvette Swain, and I am here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We meet every Monday at 6 p.m., where we dive into the Word of God to see what He would say to us. You are welcome to join us. That's every Monday at 6 p.m. here on Superior Talks. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Nah. Oh boy, I didn't want to. Anyway, let's do the question of the day. Today's question is, George, has Labor Day been politicized? And I say that because every Labor Day march, we have the PLP and the FNM, whoever other political party, they on the march. And I have a problem with it. Meaning, why I have a problem with it is because all of the labor unions eventually, especially the government said, have to go make a deal with government. When they make these deals with government, boss versus employee, you can't come march with. This is my time to have a good time and relax and celebrate who I am. The boss can't come to this party. No, big man, no. This is a celebration for employee. This is an employees only party. I don't want you here because me and you just was rowed and cussing and carrying on with one another. I tell you I need a raise. You ain't want to give me a raise. But now we having a good time. You won't come. Hey, what kind of party this is? Oh, yeah, I like these kind. Oh, no, big man. You can't come here. You can't. This us and this only for us. That's how I feel with it. They celebrate Labor Day for the workers, and the boss can't be the worker too. PL and this PLP or FNM, this ain't got nothing to do with one political party. This got to do with all of them together. Anyone who's striving to be government, you can't come to this party. That's how I feel. What say ye?
Well, that's one way to look at it, but could also see it as a time to call a truce, put down like in war.
No,
We we put down our differences,
no,
show how we collaborate collaboratively, because
no.
for this to work, you have to have collaboration. You have to have the lighter side. You get everybody in a happy time. You get to talk, shoot the breeze. When you go to the bargaining table now, I know you a little bit. I'm not just seeing you as a straight enemy or right. It's a bargain, and we at different ends. We won't give you money, but we the government. We have to budget. We have to manage. Uh, Not that we don't want to give you money. We don't have much. We have to stretch this money, and we have to, so some give and take. So I see it. It has always been politicized. I think a lot of governments have come to power on the backs of labor, around from Randall Fox those days, right? So that's always been a big driver in politics, and so I see why the politicians come there, and like you said, they always either they the villain or they the savior. When they come, they give all these big raises and stuff before elections and different. So it is a bittersweet love-hate relationship. You need to play ball with them. Uh, no, and government will say we made plenty strides. We went from whatever the minimum wage is to what it is now, 650. I don't know what the uh, whatever
I
the
don't care. When me and you got to row and fuss and carry on every time. I sign a contract agreement with you. You agreed to this. Now it's time to pay. I gotta go out there and strike for you to pay what you tell me you're going to. What you already agreed to. I got a written contract saying this.
yeah.
And now you crying, but oh, well, things a little slow. And now you come talking about next year budget can be surplus. I want to know how you can tell them people next year they ain't got it. I want to hear no la la, no ray ray. You better have it. But you cannot. I don't feel comfortable with you like this. This is my time as the laborers. I didn't work. I don't need the boss around me right now. No, sir. No, no. It can't
Well,
work. And then the worst part about this now is Braves them now. They launching their political campaign now on Labor Day. They had one. Oh, I should have get the video of that. Man, they got some nice, pretty blue and gold shirts now. They ain't playing. They come out looking for blood. They had one. They must have had one big motorcade there going. That was a rally for them. That's what that was. And that's what has upset me with them. I come here for this. I come here to hear about the state of the country and all. All we want to know is this the time for laborers. Let's relax. Let's sing solidarity forever and let's go home. Did fellas them having a rally, George? And I gotta show you. I gotta show you that video. There, it was crazy that all them PLPs was out there carrying on like that. No sir, no.
it's a platform. It's
It's not the
the
right platform.
PLP.
It's
The
not the right thing.
PLP The PLP and FNM are saying, whether rightly or wrong, we had a big part to play in labor, and for the laws that modernize, they've been developed. People are making more now, mind you, cost of living probably higher than ever, but people are. So they pat themselves on the back for the little advances that they've made, some of the deals that they've signed. They like to say, we give you this, you had 10 cents, now you got 15, right? So you have water in the fridge now, and so
You really think I should feel good about someone telling me these things? This you telling me?
hey,
No,
you
man, Joe.
you have to sell yourself. It's a little thing that counts sometimes. But I don't
No.
think I don't have a problem with them marching together. Like you said, if some of these days, if you don't define them, because some people like me, I don't think I may have been on one of them march in my life. I don't know. Right? That's the next thing, because it seems as if you're not government employees, like the private sector and stuff don't really support that either, right? So I think we have to look at the whole concept of what Labor Day is and what it's about, and but these politicians, they've been doing that. And they'll do that on Christmas Day, whatever, especially in an election year. If they get an avenue to go out and put on their colors, and now the campaigning has already started, so can't say, "Oh, we ain't doing it because it's political." I I don't like that approach, because I say when you're not at a meeting, the meeting is about you. So when you abdicate, you let the people. This Labor Day supposed to be for you. You let someone, oh, too much of y'all are here, so we staying home. Y'all have the day. You just give up the whole. Now it's fully. You know, you take your voice out of it all together. Ain't nobody in Michigan.
Boy, business. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can take my ball and I get it home. How about that? Game over.
Yeah, but the ball they bring out an next ball. They was playing like you said. They
Yeah,
have
but they
big.
playing that game. They playing a different game. Don't call.
So
You
so
can't call it a Labor Day march no more. You got to call it a
yeah,
PLP or F&M or COI rally. That's what you got to call it.
but that's why you lose your voice. We the black community did a lot of that in the states too, and now the LGBT those coming with pride bringing the black history and all these other months put together, right? you you have to fight. You can't go and shrink into the background because these other people coming up doing things. You have to fight for your position. You have to fight for your place at the table. And if you serious but labor, like you say, stay there and tell them you all sit this one out. Don't I ain't sitting it out. Why sit it out for y'all have it
You
all by
all
yourself?
have it. I going to the next court with my ball and we can play over there. So we can have
Well,
two
do
Labor
that.
Day marches.
Yeah,
How
well
about
do
that?
that, but don't go sit home like that. Now you're really doing damage to yourself. That's cutting off your nose to spite your face in my
I
in my
I can
estimation.
play someplace else. I can't
You're
play with
blaming
y'all. I don't like y'all.
Wait, we you like we'll celebrate the KKK Day. You have enough liquor, drinks, and party. Baby's going. So you doing yourself a disservice. Brave them, write one check, and get some cold collects, and whoever want to come party, have a good time. Young Canoe can be out there. Young Canoe people coming out no matter what.
Well, that's fine. That's a PLP rally. The real Labor Day thing can be coming off of Carmichael Road instead of Bay Street. So who are you can decide? You either going to the rally or you going to the Labor Day march.
Are you
I
going
on
with
the all run. And
you
y'all
going
can't
with a
come
free
up
food?
here.
You going with a free food, the better music,
But go
whoever put
there.
on the best performance, that's where we going. We
Go
don't really
there.
care what the cause is.
I need to separate the sheep from the goat. Remember when the robber come inside the church? Come inside the church, you shoot the gun, pow, pow, pow. Say, all who ain't scared to death for Christ, stay in here. You gonna break off church. Only couple, but 5, 6 people left. Then the robber say, anyway, pastor, now let's have real church now. I gotta separate the sheep from the goat. Carmichael Road, Labor Day, PLP F&M rally, y'all have it on Bay Street. I ain't on y'all run. Y'all can't come over here.
Boy,
That's just my 5 cents.
okay.
Jews and Gentiles don't mix. Anyway, let's do our boogie of the day. Now, I don't know what your girl is being to, George.
My girl,
I don't know. Tony Braxton's son graduated from Howard University, a prestigious black college. Things that these people been fighting for all their life, a black education from a black institution that we fought for. And then she can come right here and hold it up with this outfit. I don't even know what was on her. Why would you come to your son's graduation with all your leg and your bongi out? What is going on with you? This ain't your day. This his day. How you get coming looking like this, man? Come on, man. You make this boy shame. I know you in the picture smiling, but I know you ashamed. Because if my mommy come looking like this, I can be mad. But hold on, you ain't no other outfit you got. Nothing else. This the best you can come out there with looking like.
that's Tony Braxton, though.
What that mean?
What you mean?
What
See,
that mean?
see,
That's Tony Braxton. I don't understand that.
you're gonna come off as being misogynistic and
That has nothing to do with misogyny. What are you talking about?
it's, it's her body, it's her choice. I mean, it's
Yes,
fashion.
but it's his graduation.
He graduated, and now he has a famous mother, and he's
He ever had a
celebrated.
famous mother.
You know when Tony Braxton those go and wears those things, they get paid for that, right? That's a gig. That's probably how she paid his way through Howard. you will be a very disrespectful young man that start now questioning your mother's choice.
Yeah,
You know what this woman been wearing for the past 25 years?
I don't care. You been wearing these things to the Grammys and to the movie
Oh,
videos and to the premieres for one day in your life. My God, let me have a moment that I can feel proud that Tony Braxton is my mother and she is acting like and dressing like a mother for one day, George.
so riddle me this: you saw anywhere where the son complained,
George,
or
I ain't care what
people,
the
or this public opinion?
hey, everything is public opinion. Anything we do
No,
out in the public is public opinion. And she
but
did this to get a reaction from the
and she
public.
did. And she did. Now we wasn't going to be talking about her son if she didn't do that. That's the whole idea. Now everybody know her son graduated. We we talking about her. We get to see her son. Who you have to understand. This is psychology, and the son know about this, and that's why he ain't say nothing about it. He probably have pick up the outfit. Yeah, mommy,
Oh,
you fired,
oh,
right? So we make noise over these things, but when you realize these people, what Kendrick Lamar said, they're not like us. These people live in a different world. They prostitute themselves every day for this money. You don't make money on social media and stuff like we got a modest a couple of hits over, right? We start doing foolishness. You start standing on your head and shooting. You put some red lipstick on or something, right? You get to know. So this is the end. This is the internet where people play algorithms and stuff. I hadn't heard from Tony Braxton since something with Birdman or stuff, right? So for us to be talking about this graduation because she put on an outfit, that was well planned out. How could we remember when Kanye does and the wife gone out there to naked, right? People talking about that more than the Oscars or whatever. Right, so these people know what they doing. Like shake it up. Don't want Tony about to drop on next album, come or on retirement tour or something. So she had to do something to get us talking. We never talk about Tony on this show. We probably would have gone another 100 years. Don't talk about Tony Braxton. But now Tony came out there with her thing, and she trending this week. Trending makes money in entertainment circles. So now she can go on a talk show, talk, write one book. Right now, this is what people do, and you have to blame social media. You have to blame the world that we live in for these things. And I think it's motivated by money. It's not. I don't think she's just a bad person. Or she just thought I want to be a hoe, But she trust me, a check, money tied to that. And if all I have to do is put on Beyonce. I'm still in panty and bra. Beyonce got as a mother of three, got a billionaire husband, right? Yeah, she could come out and sing with clothes on, but it's she do that because I mean, my wife, you probably wouldn't want your wife out there. You might say, "Oh my God, she out there, her daughter, what type of role model she said for blue eye?" People don't say that, but Beyonce got her up on stage. Beyonce half naked. Yeah, but this is what they do. They call it entertainment. This is a part of their show. This is how they get people out, sell them ridiculous tickets and whatnot. And for the love of money, this is where we at. And I mean, I'm not gonna single out because there's so much of them doing it, right? Like how do you these people thinking how do I become relevant again? Is the pressure? How do you retire, stay out? But you probably can't do that, especially if she ain't got one fella making. Remember Tony was broke. Remember how the Tony story how they swing Tony. So Tony's still out there hustling. She's still good enough to put on her little things. Still her face card never declined. She's still looking good. So I mean, I'm sorry. To me, it's sad. You still have to do it, but it shows you that a lot of these artists, even who we thought had so much money, who had these big careers, who sold gold and stuff, some of them still have to hustle to make a living. That boy won't go off to school, get one new cash. He can't say nothing. Tony trying to make that money for him. Him and his house agree probably hasn't made $1 yet. Right? She will be the breadwinner for the fifth. For him to continue to enjoy the lifestyle that she provided so far, she probably gonna have to do this for a little bit. Hopefully, she still look good for the next 10 years. But you might see some more of those outfits coming out, especially after this.
You finished?
Yes, and I'm a
The,
Tony fan
the,
too.
the mere fact you use these words like prostitute, hustling. Yeah, I mean that ain't nothing you want to hear about your mother. these ain't the words I can use. Oh, tell me about your mother. Oh, my mother, she's dressed like a prostitute. She always hustling. She always come on. Nobody wants to say these things or know these things but your mother. And that's why you can say what you want to say. One day is not gonna kill you to be and look like a decent, respectable mother for the world to see. Stop taking that boy moment. That's his moment. You can make money any other day. Leave it alone. My God. That's all I gotta say. Give the boy one day. That's it.
We listen, we don't judge.
Or I judge it. That's my bungie of the day. That's what they call it now. I ain't here. That's your problem. Y'all ain't one judge. That's the problem now. People need more judgment in this world. Y'all think y'all can do anything? No. Anyway, that's our show for the day. I want to thank everybody for watching what's going on. Also, y'all can sit back and watch the rest of our shows that we have. On Monday, we have Sword Sharpeners at 6 p.m. Tuesday, we have Let's Talk at 6 p.m. And what's going on at 8. Wednesdays, we have Off the Bench, our sports podcast. And on Thursday, 6 p.m., we have Islandish. So remember, please like and subscribe. Keep us going. Right now, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I want y'all to help us get along there. Please do our best for us to bring you these shows. I want to thank you all. George, you got any closing words?
Go OKC.
Anyway, like I say, see y'all next week when we tell you what's going on.